Good evening to you. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you in studio. I'm so excited. I really always wonder and see you guys with so much energy on stage, and today we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay, you may start by introducing yourself. I do know my baby sister here, Patience. I also know Melissa here, but the two guys I may need to actually know. So let's get your introduction, your name, and the year that you joined Zimpraise. Let's start with Melissa Makwasha.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Melissa Makwasha. I joined in 2011.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, all right, and the guy that's next to you.
All right, my name is Ndumiso Nkomozebi.
Okay, when did you join? Come close to the mic.
Joined all the way back in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's been a journey.
It's been a long journey.
Coolies, and the guy that's next to you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Tinashe Marodza.
Hey.
I joined Zimpraise in 2018.
Wow, you're a newbie, but you're
When
did you join Patience Masiambiri Mandisha? That's your name, right?
Yes.
The full name.
I joined in 2012.
Let's talk about the song that just played, and we are live on our Facebook page, Star FM Zimbabwe. The song that just played was almost like a flagship song for you. I will start with Melissa. Obviously, anybody who can take up the question can feel free to do so. Who sang the song Sungano, and what did it do to you as a group, Melissa?
Okay, it was sang by Primrose Njewa. Yeah.
Patience is the one who's answering that.
Yeah.
All right.
Primrose sang Sungano, and it's a public domain, So our CEO was attending a funeral. Yeah, Baba went.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where he heard the song. And yeah, it really made waves.
It did.
Yeah.
Were you guys ready for the traction that Sungano came with? Because I'm thinking you were just a group and you were singing a song and you're thinking, I don't tell me away. And then it came with such a bang. What happened in the camp then, if you were there back then?
Well, it just took us by surprise, really. Like when you just think you're casually singing, just casually participating. I mean, and then before we knew it, after we released, the people were giving positive feedback and say, "Oh my gosh, this song!" And before we knew it, it was everywhere. At the weddings, at Lobolas, it's pretty much everywhere. So,
Sungano was an anthem. It was kind of alongside Reverend Chivaviro's Ebenezer, that kind of wave, that a song makes. Or Minister Mike Mendes, Makanaka, just that wave that just kind of comes with the song. Alrighty. When we spoke about when the group was started, but how did it start? What stories were you told if you're not there from inception? And how many members do you have to date?
Well, okay. Initially it started as a prophecy from a certain man of God called Apostle Chapo from SA. That was in 2004. Yeah. Then from there, in 2006, 15 December, that's when we recorded our first DVD. And there were people involved when it started. Some of them, like you have already mentioned, including Magdi, the great producer Magdi, our CEO Joseph Madziwe, Pastor Gorejena, and etc. So initially it was a prophecy in 2004 that came to pass in 2005.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You didn't answer how many members are you now to date. How many started, if you know or if you remember? But what I really want to know is how many of you are in that group now.
Well, just
come on. No, you will not. You will not do that to this beautiful. Oh, come on, guys. These are the veterans, guys. The mature members of the group. How many are you?
About 80.
Yes.
80
people, Melissa?
Yes, 80.
How difficult or easy is it to manage a group with such numbers?
Man,
it's crazy. It's been a journey.
Yes. But you know what? We have amazing leadership. We have committed, powerful, anointed leadership.
Wow.
We have some leaders that can get things moving
And fortunately, also the team has people that are passionate about what we do. They are excited about coming for rehearsals. They're excited about events. So then it makes it easier. But generally, like having, like when you have events and you want to reach out, or like when you need to go with a smaller group, and you have to reach out to maybe 30 people, you have to call each of them individually. Some, they don't have network, they don't have electricity, they don't have this. Some have to be going to school, they have events and stuff. Well, that is a lot of work.
And to be able to coordinate all 80 of them.
All 80 of them. But fortunately, they love what they do.
Indeed, they're committed. And we see, the last time I saw you guys was at the, in fact, was it a concert? At the, your anniversary recording, was it in the Glamis Arena? That was massive. And when you guys came on stage, I was like, oh, this is a host. It's not a choir. And then it's a host. You know those hosts on Bible. I was like, wow. And to be able to coordinate that, that's fantastic work that you guys are doing. So we are celebrating Zimbabwe's biggest interdenominational gospel choir. It is called the Zimpraise Choir. Have raised the Zimbabwean flag ever so high, and we are taking steps back into 15 years of existence on Star FM, sounding good all the time. In this concept, really, that we are tying down this December, where we are hosting and celebrating pace setters in the country's gospel music industry. We are celebrating. And this is what we are doing, celebrating pace setters in Zimbabwe's gospel music industry. And we enjoy good music from back then. Kuno Shamisa Ikoko. Who composed this one? Who was the lead in the song?
This one was led by Israel Sedenzo.
Really?
Yes. Who's now based in Australia. And he actually featured on the last recording we did in the Clanders.
Why do I think it was Wellington Kwenda's voice? Wellington was loud, God. Wellington was Wellington was so loud and very powerful. I thought it was it. But anyway, let's press play on Kuno Shamisa Ikoko. And when we come back, we continue to trace back and celebrate 15 years of great hard work from Zimbabwe's leading gospel choir. It is Star FM Sound. So much love coming to the Zimpraise Choir from our listeners this evening. Thank you so much, all of you that are watching live on our Facebook. It is Star FM sounding good all the time. Allow us to talk to you, right? Chatenda Shamaina, Grace Mtungwa Zindeb, thank you so much, Big Boss Easy. Much appreciated that you're locked on. Takudzo Kwande on Facebook. Gertrude Nyashamavunga. These are my people. These people I watch and I really follow. And on the studio WhatsApp platform as well. So much love is coming for you guys. Mother advisor and to celebrate Zimpraise Choir through the vision of who saw the vision 15 years ago, and that's what we are doing. But also I want you to remember that I've got 9 tickets and 9 names of people that won tickets to the Travis Green show that I'm definitely going to be announcing in due course. So I want you to sit still and stand by for your name to be announced, and you'll definitely be going to that concert. Right, now we're back. Let's talk about composition of these songs, which we spoke about Sungano and how it was also public domain and stuff. But in the group, who composes the music? Who does that? Who's taking this one?
So we're pretty much a bit free in terms of who does the compositions. Like if there's a member that has a song that they really need help with in terms of structure, then our musical directors actually help with structuring your song. So even if you have like the framework of the lyrics, so we've got people, even the CEO, like if you bring your song, he'll be like, oh no, I think we should do this, and then we should do that. And then, before you know it, it's an actual complete song. Yeah.
Great. Shout out to the CEO in absentia, and for allowing this to happen. In October this year, where we came to that concert, you were celebrating 15 years of existence. And to those that have been there pretty much from the beginning, like Vanna Patience, what's the saying is the group? What do you think is the glue that holds together Zimpraise? Because we've seen groups come and groups go, and people splitting, because they're solo projects and all, because chemistry. What do you think sustains Zimpraise?
I think consistency. Yeah, being consistent and releasing our music, doing our music, and also prayer.
Wow.
So I think that keeps us going.
Yes.
Melissa had to bring this.
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay, so people actually go before God.
Yes.
To pray for the music.
Yes.
That's one of the things that has sustained you.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna now ask you, just as a follow-up question, because like I was saying, Kuti, there are a lot of groups that we've seen that have arisen, and even I think because we're celebrating pace setters. Who are you in this instance tonight? We've had pace setters that have come on the Gospel Grace Retro from when we started the concept in June. We've had Mai Sudumo, we've had the Charambas that came, we've had Kisai, we've had Vana, Pastor Hayisa from way back. And in terms of gospel music, interdenominational groups, obviously your flag is flying higher. But there's been other smaller groups that have come in since your inception. And maybe, but you want to put it, what are your thoughts towards the many groups that have arisen from seeing Zimpraise and just following in your footsteps? What are your thoughts on some of the groups that you see?
I mean, one thing for sure we know for now is
this guy should be the spokesperson of the group. He should have just come by himself. Please go on.
There's absolutely a lot of diversity in the market now. So people are now diversifying, and there's always something to learn. So no matter how someone small is, we take time to even sit as a group and say, guys, check these people out, and listen to their vocals, listen to their song arrangements. So we've always been in a position where we're like, okay, no, there's this new group that's that's upcoming. That's why you've seen us as supporting acts at quite a number of events. It's because we absolutely support diversity and people that are in the same industry as ours as well.
Yeah. Also, to add on to that, it feels good for us. I mean, having been one of the groups that have been there for a while, to see other groups coming up also, some which might be because they've been inspired by Zimpraise, it means there's something we are doing right. Indeed. It means God is with us. Indeed. So it is quite an encouragement and inspiration to us as well.
Great. When we come back from the following song, we are going to talk about some of your works that you've done over the years in these 15 years that you've existed. But this is a song that became very big on the Gospel Grace. I think it was #1 for a couple of weeks. And I want you to tell me a little bit about it, if you were there when this one came about and how it came about and what it meant. Who's willing to talk about this song? The spokesperson of the group.
No, there's a
Tinashe. The spokesperson behind. Not the one that's speaking more. Okay. And then there's Tinashe. Okay, Tinashe, talk to us about Kanamuyamchene. How did this song come up?
Well,
do you remember?
It was written by Wencelas Makunges.
Exactly.
And then you bought into Wenceslas's vision.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of your biggest songs, this one, Kanamuyamchene. When we come back from this one, we chit-chat a little bit more with Zimbabwe's biggest gospel choir, the Zimpraise Choir, live on our Facebook page. You can check us out. This was definitely a favorite part for many. It was an energetic song. It was lit. But look, where is Wenceslas now? In the United States, is it not?
Yeah.
What happens with do people come in on contracts for some time and then they leave, or because then there's others that stay longer, like then others leave and go. What is there an arrangement, like a contract? What happens?
So people come for each term is a year long. Yes. So if you want to continue, you're welcome to do so. If you want to move on to other things, also you're welcome to do so. Because these people in Zimpraise are not only musicians, but some of them are in school, some are employed somewhere, some get married, some relocate. Like Nico Story when he did. So people come and go. It's bound to happen. It's part of what we do.
Great.
Yes.
That's nice. So many messages on the studio WhatsApp. As this song Take Me Back, please. So many sentimental messages. There's so much love for you guys. Do you have a clue how many people how you impact so many people with your music?
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
We're all so blown away.
You're blown away, yeah?
We're so blown away.
Anyway, you guys are also known for collaborating with various musicians, gospel musicians, but secular as well. you know. Would you like to tell us about that? Is it something that you sit down and think about, like a strategy to say, you know what, we're going to go for Zimpraise now? I think you did a fantastic song with him, and then another one. Yeah, what happens there? Like, is it some sort of strategy?
Wow. I wish our CEO was answering this one. Because he makes these decisions.
Right.
Yes. But really, I wouldn't say it's a strategy. But you meet people along the way. You love what they do. And we met Zimpraise along the way.
And he said he was a serious fan.
Oh yes. He met with our CEO, and then he had a song, Muteoro, yes. And then he invited Zimpraise to feature on the track, and we worked on it. And then next thing, we were also working on another song, and we invited him because already now we have a relationship. So it's like working with any artist that we come across. If we are gelling and we have something that we can work on, yeah, we do that.
I like that. I like that. Do you think this is what makes you different from other gospel groups? Because others are confined to, if they sing gospel, maybe then I can feature them on. Do you think it sort of gives you a bit of an advantage or a bit of a difference from other groups?
Well, in a way, yes. Because at times we get suggestions from our fans. Sometimes maybe someone pops up and says, "Why don't you make a collab with someone?" Then maybe with the help and guide from our CEO, he then checks with maybe on how he relates with that very particular someone.
Okay.
And relating and now doing something with that particular person will actually make us jelly with the people that actually follow him. Exactly. So at the end of the day, we have a wider audience, and the gospel is reaching a wider range as well.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the main goal.
That's the main goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so throughout your career, because we're celebrating you and we're fast running out of time, you have received various awards which include Best Live DVD, Best Group, among others. What does this recognition mean to you as a group? I do know that there's certain challenges that you will be facing as a group as well, but when you get these kinds of acknowledgements, like the messages that are coming from people that are watching the live, the people that are listening on WhatsApp, what does that do to you as a group? That recognition, what did it do to you?
We're most certainly always humbled. Like it's so humbling, we always come back in a position where we're like, okay, this is like all the sleepless nights, the rehearsals, because like people put in the work.
Yeah.
From the directors to even the members themselves, we put in the work. So it's just, it continuously humbles us to say, okay, so people are actually, we are making some sort of significance in the gospel industry and in the Christian circles. So we're definitely always humbled, no matter what already it is. We're just like, guys, okay, let's keep on aiming for higher. Let's keep on putting in, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to press play on Hoyo Mushandiri, which is from season 12, because that's the song that I wanted. I can see it. And then when we come back, let's talk about you ministering across the world and etc. in your most memorable days, on stage and stuff, because really the main aim of the program, and also just for you guys to be celebrated for the work that you've done in raising our flag super high as the Zimpraise Choir. I've got a question for you that is coming from one of our listeners on WhatsApp though, and you can deliberate on it if you want to answer it whilst we play this song. Somebody says some of the flake or some of the it's basically it's a bit of a long one. Some of the discouragement you get from featuring secular musicians and some of the stories that come out of Zimpraise, how are you able to deal with them? I had a group of young people at church, and for as long as we get somebody discouraging us, then we stop what we're doing. So I think they need to know how you've been able, to master a discouragement and just go your way. We'll be right back straight after Hoyo Mushandiri. This was done by who? Desire, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, and we are going to press play on your latest offering, and you're going to talk a bit more about that. But before then, let's talk about you going around the world. I think you're one of the few, if not only, choirs that have been in the United States, in the United Kingdom, even places representing and how do you make that possible? Number one. Number two, what is one of your most memorable days of on stage? What happened then? Who will take this one? I trust Melissa will, isn't it? This is like your kind of thing, bro. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, this is Melissa's place.
Mind you, it's mine. I'm kidding.
Okay, let's go, Patience.
No, it's Melissa.
Okay.
Okay. Our CEO is very much connected. Yes, and well, he's very much gifted in making relations and good relations. So through him, we get to be invited by different churches. You know, like when we're invited at Bishop Francis Church in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes, and stuff like that. It's usually through our CEO, and also through what do you call this? The guys that organize shows in other countries. Promoters, yes, exactly. And some promoters also will come through and invite us. Yes. And picking a favorite.
And most memorable, you must say, I'm so you Yvonne, you took me back to 2008. Faint or something. Let me know.
But you
can pick one.
Ndigango pick maybe 2 or 3. Like there's in 2014 when we were singing at Bishop Francis Church in the UK, and Bishop Jakes walked in when we were on stage. That was like it was not even a dream for some of us, because like it was too big a dream. You know, like just seeing Bishop Jakes walking in there, like what? You know, and then he was dancing to our song to Pano Itikebasa. And he even had a video that was recorded, which went viral. Yes, he was dancing to Museve, you know. And that's how
I think I will stick with that as the most.
It's the most right.
I'm good with that. But then somebody spoke about I don't know if it's Ndumiso or one of the guys about discouragement, and you know, because when you're a group, you're in the public domain and you're in the public eye, there's bound to be stories that come out and discouragements that happen. I mean, it happens. I'm also a public figure. People talk about me. You know what I mean? And how do you overcome discouragement? Like this guy, how do you move past that?
Well, I would say, you know, as a group, we have goals and we have mandates. We know what we are on for. So I mean, like if criticism comes along, we know that it's at times it's for the good part of it. You know, you mean kana Jesu chayo criticism, who are we not to get one? So sometimes we know and check if something bad has been commented or something challenging, then we really make a retrospection and check if we are getting wrong somewhere. But if we are not and we're on the go, we accept that as constructive criticism. Then we just fix where we need to fix and we go.
We move.
You what?
We move.
I like that. Oh my gosh, the time is just flown away. Let's talk about your parting shots, and you recently released Jesus. You've been so good. Can we talk about this one? How did this come about? Who leads in this song? What do you want for it to do in people's lives? Very quickly.
Well, Jesus came by, and it was a composition from the CEO. He does much of the composition.
Bless the CEO.
Inspired by
This CEO.
There's no particular solo leader. It's led by the choir. It's a choir song. Yeah. So basically, that's it. It's a beautiful song, and we just vibe to it.
Great. So you look forward to Jesus. You have been so good on YouTube from the Zimpraise Choir, and so much more that will be coming from Zimbabwe's biggest choir. You never know. They may be back on the top 50 as a surprise guest, because the time was too little. Where can people find you very quickly, young ladies and gentlemen?
Well, we have Zimpraise Legacy Network. That's on Instagram. Zimpraise on Facebook. Basically, they can just go there, and any other information is there.
and give us a shout. Definitely send a DM, send a whatever it is. We definitely respond.
I had to come in and say something. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for coming, allowing us to get into your minds, allowing us to take you back to your 15 years of existence. Somebody is really pestering. In fact, they are even calling now.
You audition. Our auditions are usually held in February, so they can check from any time in mid-January. That's when the announcement is usually made. They are held only once a year, so it's that time only, and the next time will be the next year.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Do have a good one, and we wish you all the very best with Jesus. You've been so good. We're gonna press play on it as we walk out. Thanks a lot for coming. We appreciate you so much. We want you to know that we definitely see the work that you've done, the work that you've put in 15 years ago, and where you're still going. And we are so proud of you as the Zimpraise Choir. Pano Pastor FM pa Gospel Grace Retro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.